Let's talk a little bit about Godzilla Minus One. And what a film. This is a fantastic film. A lot of heart in it. A lot of really cool moments with Godzilla. I really enjoyed this film. More than Shin Godzilla, actually. And I love Shin Godzilla. That is the last Japanese Godzilla film that was made. And a lot of people praise that movie, and I do as well. It's a great movie, but I actually think this one is better for a lot of reasons. One, goes back to the roots of the character. He is made from war, radiation testing. It's a callback to the original film. Godzilla's a pure monster in this, and it's got a lot of good things going for it. I don't want to give away spoilers, but the humans in this film are really good. I enjoyed the human cast in this film more so than usual with a Godzilla movie, and it works. It's got a lot of good themes in it, like survivor's guilt. You know, a lot of these characters came out of losing World War II in Japan. The main character has massive survivor's guilt, and he's got to deal with that throughout the movie. And it really works. Him and the woman who joins him as a main character in the film are kind of patched together from war, and they make this kind of stitched together war family, and it just works. I really enjoyed this film. I'll talk more about it tomorrow on Flashcast, but what really surprised me with this movie is the budget. The budget. This film was made on a budget, at least what's being reported, of $15 million. And when you look at that and what they did with that money is amazing. This movie looks phenomenal for $15 million. There were a couple scenes in this movie that were a little rough, but it's nothing that's distracting. Like, I wasn't pulled out of the movie from a couple of those scenes. One that notably sticks out to me in my mind is the scene where the tanks fire on Godzilla. They have some army tanks that line up and fire on him. And I was thinking, well, those look, they don't look as good as I've seen in some other stuff. But it worked, though. It didn't break my immersion watching the film. I truly did enjoy this film. If you are a Godzilla fan, you'll love it. If you're a fan of just fun movies in general, I think you'll like it. It was surprising how much I enjoyed this film. And it was made for $15 million. I don't understand why this is not something that everybody can do. Look at all the money that Disney has lost. It's embarrassing that they spend hundreds of millions of dollars on a movie, and then you have a movie like this come around that's made for $15 million, and it's such a good time. If Hollywood could master this, they would actually go back to being profitable again. Godzilla Minus One cost around 1/5 the production budget of the Marvels and is one of the best-looking disaster movies I've ever seen. We are absolutely rinsed when it comes to making these kinds of movies. Yeah, look at these shots. This is amazing looking. It's embarrassing. This is embarrassing for Hollywood. Look at this person, Matt. So this person, you could have picked literally any other Marvel movie, or better yet, none at all. Sorry, but it's the most recent one that cost the most and looked the worst. Also odd to defend Marvel after they railroaded Nia DaCosta, threw her under the bus, and said she needed more supervision on set. There's a way worse looking MCU flicks than the Marvels. Also, I'm not defending Marvel. Like, this person's all upset because they got called out now. You could have picked any other movie. How dare you make fun of the Marvels? Look at this shot, too. And this doesn't even do it justice. You got to see it on the screen. It looks even better. Like, this, what's really exciting about this movie used CGI in such a perfect way. Like, this looks like practical effects. You have to see it. Go watch the trailer. But this looks like practical effects, but it's CGI. It's amazing. Like, I really liked this movie, and it should be a blue. It should be a blueprint to what Hollywood needs to do. This is how you make a movie and you actually make money. Now, it is out here in theaters. It's actually performing better than was anticipated. But what I don't get when it comes to this movie is it's not everywhere. Like, it's not in every theater it could be in. With theaters that it's in, I checked showtimes for mine. It only has a handful. It's like theaters are afraid to go all in on it. The marketing isn't really there. I only recently found out, and this was looking into it on my own, that there was a Wednesday night event. Because, usually things come out Thursday night previews. But no, there was a Wednesday event. And that's when I went to see it. Had to drive a little bit of a distance, but I was willing to do it. I actually had the ability to go see it, and I did. And by that I mean I had a babysitter, basically. But I really enjoyed this film, and it's going to do better than anticipated. Here's the rundown for how it did at the box office. Meanwhile, Toho International's first self-distributed U.S. theatrical release, Godzilla Minus One, for those keeping tabs, Crunchyroll previously released Toho movies, earned 2.1 million Wednesday and Thursday previews in 1,921 locations. This film opens wide today in 2,308 locations with over 750 premium format screens, including 250 IMAX screens. Only 250. See, this should be on every premium format, because I got to tell you, the sound in this film is amazing. I saw this in a theater that had Dolby Atmos, which is kind of the new sound. And the sound on this film is fantastic. Fantastic. The Japanese reboot is expected to make in the high single digits, 10 million for the weekend. However, don't be surprised if this movie overperforms with post-track exits last night of 5 stars. 91% positive, along with a 96% positive RT critic score and 97% from audience. Godzilla Minus One has earned close to 20 million from its release in Japan alone. So, yeah, low numbers, but guess what? When you have a film that only cost $15 million, when you take in the little budget it has, this film is going to make money. This is like what Blumhouse does, how they make movies cheap. This is what Hollywood needs to do. They need to make movies like this, and they would make money again. Rolling all these high dollar things. There's an old saying, less is more. Less is more. So, this is funny to me. This is kind of embarrassing for Disney and Warner and all those outlets, particularly the Marvels. 300, no, more than that. That movie needs to make like $700 million to make a profit. Godzilla will be rolling in dough if it makes $100 million. It's already made its money back, or it's already breaking even. This should get marketing. You have the big films, you have the big films, the MonsterVerse movies. I don't know if they have that. There was a tweet that I thought was interesting in here, where they went over the MonsterVerse movies and how much they throw at that and how big of a thing. If this movie had MonsterVerse, Universal, Hollywood production budget behind its marketing, you probably would have seen this movie make a lot of money. If it actually got a huge release, a normal release, distribution, like a normal distribution in Hollywood, and actually had a marketing budget, like this movie probably could have rolled in a lot of money. It's kind of sad. The only way you can see it right now is with subtitles. More people would have liked to dub. I like movies like this. I mean, it takes place in Japan. I'd rather the movie be in Japan, or Japanese, but mainstream audiences want dubs. It is what it is. They should have put this out with a good dub, did mainstream release, every theater, and really put some marketing numbers behind it, or some marketing, a marketing budget behind it. And I think this movie could have been massive. What's going to help it, though, is it's going to have legs. If they actually keep this in theaters for a while, they're really weird with these Japanese releases that they bring over here. Like Dragon Ball, for example. It doesn't come, like if they put a Dragon Ball movie out over here, they always overperform, but they're not in a lot of theaters, and they're only in theaters for like one weekend. If they let this sit in theaters, it'll get legs because the word of mouth on this movie is going to be good. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.